Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Reagan. I normally do book content and today's going to be another book video. Today's going to be our day 11 of BOOKMAS. I'm sorry if you see a speck of dirt on my face or like dirt under my nails. I just spent like 2 hours repotting all my plants and gardening. I don't know why I felt the need to mention that. I was just self-conscious of it for a second, so I thought I would put it out there. Today, day 11 of BOOKMAS, we are going to be looking at my January TBR and not only deciding my January TBR, but I had my Instagram followers choose my TBR for me. I used emojis. I made a story for each of the votes I wanted to do. I did 3 votes, 2 books each, so we're gonna have 3 picks from my Instagram followers. I will go through each in a second here, but I do have some other books on my TBR that I need to add for myself, and I didn't want to put that up to chance, so we're gonna go over those first. But this is the second to last day of BOOKMAS, so if you've been watching BOOKMAS this whole week, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Also, thank you so much for 500. That is actually, we're like at 530 now, which is, it's so crazy to say, but 500 is like, wow, I just can't believe that. So let's just get into my TBR for January. I'm gonna start with the books that I need to put on my TBR. I have 2 books that I want to put on my January TBR. Both of them are actually Sarah J Maas books. The first one is going to be House of Sky and Breath. This one is because I haven't read this and the new one in the series comes out in January and I cannot believe I haven't read this. I've owned it since it came out. If I don't read this in January, I feel like I'm gonna give up, but I'm not. I'm not gonna give up, but I need to get to this in January before the next one comes out. I really enjoyed Crescent City by Sarah J Maas. I fully annotated it. I'm gonna watch Carrie Can Read's recap of it, and then I'm gonna jump right into House of Sky and Breath, and then the next one, I get the titles confused. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what it was called, but the next one, I'm gonna jump right into that after, hopefully, and I am so excited. We're gonna start a stack right here. The next Sarah J Maas book is Throne of Glass. I've talked about this a few times over BOOKMAS, but I'm going to be doing a Throne of Glass reread in 2024. I've read up to Tower of Dawn and then I DNF'd and I never got to Kingdom of Ash. My goal is to do 1 per month in 2024 and finish the series by the end of the year. The first time I read Throne of Glass, I did the Assassin's Blade first. I thought I'd switch up my reading order just so I could get an experience of both reading orders. I am going to be starting with the Throne of Glass book as the first one. I know this is controversial, but just know I will have done both reading orders. Please no hate. I know people are very particular about their reading orders. Now we're moving into Instagram followers pick my TBR. Like I said, I have 3 different polls up on my Instagram and I'll walk you through a little bit of how I made them. Here are the 6 books. I'm gonna go through each comparison and tell you a little bit about why I chose what emoji. So the first comparison I have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston and Never by Jessa Hastings. I put these 2 against each other because The 7-Year Slip is a book that is really popular that I don't want to read, but I have no interest in getting into immediately. And then Never by Jessa Hastings was a popular release, but now has become a little bit unpopular and I really want to read it. And also because I felt like the covers just kind of looked good next to each other. I drew over the top of both the covers and I put emojis up for each one so that people could choose. For the book Never by Jessa Hastings, I put the pirate flag, the moon, and the stars emoji. The pirate flag is self-explanatory. I read the back and this is a Peter Pan retelling. I read the back and it does say that our main character is kind of falling in love with the pirate, so I decided to do the pirate flag. Then I decided to do the moon because the moon is on the cover right here. I love this cover like to death. And then I put the 3 stars because second star to the right, that whole Peter Pan thing, and also the stars on the cover that are beautiful and shiny. I absolutely love this cover. I really want to read this one like so bad, so I'm hoping this one wins. Then for the 7-Year Slip, I put the clock emoji because of the time element in this book, the 7 years in the past. Then I put the door emoji for the apartment, like he walks in the door and it's 7 years in the past kind of thing. They didn't have like an apartment emoji, so I put the door. And then the last emoji I had was the hand making a heart emoji for love. I didn't want to put like a yellow heart because I think that would give it away. Apparently it's a love story. I don't know if it's a happy love story or a sad love story. So the results for these, I put these stories up this morning and I came back a bunch of hours later. These actually ended up tying 50-50. I'll put the picture up right here of the tie. So I was like, should I pick the one that goes on my TBR or should I let it be both? And I'm gonna let it be both. You guys couldn't decide. I couldn't decide. I didn't feel like I should decide. So I'm gonna put both of them on my January TBR. Right up there. All right, our next battle of the books is between The Dare by Elle Kennedy and King of Greed by Anna Huang. This is gonna be the last book in the Briar You series, and it's gonna be finishing out a series. And then this is the last book that I need to read to be up to date on the Kings of Sin series. So they're the last in 2 different series. The Dare is a college hockey romance, and then this is a billionaire romance. Both of them get bad reputations. Not these specific books, but those tropes. Like hockey romances can be really crazy, and then billionaire romances can also be really crazy. So for The Dare by Elle Kennedy, I did the hockey goal because obviously it's a hockey romance. Then I did this like Greek little building because on the back it talks about how our main girl is in Greek life, and so hockey for the boy, Greek life for the girl. And then I did the white heart because yay, and ice. It's a hockey romance, winter, ice. Then for King of Greed, I did the wedding ring because this is about a couple who is married and then they kind of fall out of love in their marriage and then they kind of get back into it in this book. I did the money symbol because billionaire romance. And then I did the yellow heart because I wanted it to be a gold heart, but they didn't have any gold hearts. So I did the yellow heart to match the cover. I should have done a rose now that I'm thinking about it, but I didn't think about it. Now we have to go over the results for both and see which one has gotten onto my TBR. The Dare actually won with 71% of the votes, and King of Greed only got 29% of the votes. So we're going to be reading The Dare in the month of January. I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be great to get the series off of my series to read list. I'm very excited. I love a hockey romance. Perfect setting for January. Now we're moving on to our last comparison. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman and The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. These are both books that have been on my TBR for probably 2 years now. These are the 2 oldest books on my TBR. So I pit them up against each other. I have no idea what this is about. We have Radio Silence. It got the headphones, the shh emoji, and the broken heart emoji. I put those because the headphones, Radio Silence, they're like a radio podcast kind of situation. I put the shh emoji because silence. So insightful. And I put the broken heart emoji because on the back it says, you probably think that Alad Last and I are going to fall in love or something, since he is a boy and I'm a girl. I just wanted to say we don't. So, broken heart, no love, at least between the 2 main characters. And then moving on to The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, the feather, the Gemini emoji, and the wing. I put the feather because of the cover, the feather on the cover. I put the Gemini because it's about 2 twins, Ava and Henry Lavender, and it says Henry is mute for much of his young life, and Ava, in all other ways, a normal girl, is born with the wings of a bird. Spoils my last emoji. I put the wing emoji, the bird wing emoji, because she has the wings of a bird. But the Gemini emoji is because they're twins. The winner is going to be Radio Silence, and it had 57%. The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender had 43%. So Radio Silence is going to be put on our TBR. So we're just going to be doing a quick recap of all the books I've put on my physical TBR for this month. First, we have House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. Then we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Never by Jessa Hastings. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. The Dare by Elle Kennedy. And lastly, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. 6 books on my TBR. I'll probably read more than that, but I have no idea if I'm even gonna read these because I am not a very TBR focused girly. I very much mood read, and I can make a TBR and I will almost guarantee you less than half of the books I put on it are going to get read, but I'm gonna try my best to actually read these books that I say this month. Thank you for anyone who participated in my polls on Instagram. It was really fun. I liked doing it, and I hope you guys like participating. Thank you so much for watching day 11 of BOOKMAS. I hope you enjoyed. My socials are all linked down below. I have an Instagram or a Bookstagram that you can follow and talk to me on there. That is where I did these polls, so if you want to be included in a future video, go follow that. And I also have my Goodreads, as always, linked down below. Go check out any of my other videos. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for 500. Oh my god. I will hopefully see you in the next one. I love you all.